Oh, okay. We're watching 11 scary videos that will stay with you by Sir Spook. Hmm. Oop, let's not play on TV. Okay, let's get started. Make sure. Okay.
Hello everyone, my name is Sir Spooks and today we'll take a look at 11 scary videos. But before we begin, make sure to subscribe to my channel for more scary content. Alright, with that said, let's begin. The first video we'll be taking a look at comes to us from a TikTok account called Jensen's Journey and shows home security camera footage of a young boy walking around his house, seemingly late at night or early in the morning. So far, nothing seems too unusual, but it's right here where things take a seriously strange turn. Watch closely.
Wait, did that door open? Hold up. Or am I tripping? Oh no, no, I'm talking about this door and like
Turn.
I thought it
Watch
opened up,
closely.
but apparently I'm just dumb. Yep, I'll walk into that room too. Just trying to make sure I don't miss anything. And you left the door open? I mean, it closed by itself, but come on.
Right around this moment, some toys on the ground appear to move on their own. They shift position without the boy clearly touching them. And unlike something out of Toy Story, where the toys only move when no one's around, these objects seem to slide while the child is standing right there, almost as if something unseen is deliberately
100%.
trying to get his attention. At one point, the boy's mother turns and appears to notice the movement as well. Strangely, she doesn't react in an overly dramatic way. That alone has left some viewers wondering, has something like this happened before? Those who believe in the paranormal suggest this could be a spirit interacting with the environment, possibly making its presence known through small but noticeable
How
movements.
much, like, how many times must that happen before, like, you actually, like, stop caring? Like, I'm pretty sure, like, are you trying to ignore the ghost? Or you just witness it so many times, like, you just stop being scared? Because I would have left the house already. Like, or depending on how much I'm paying on the house, okay? Depending on how much I'm paying on the house, I might stay.
The only grounded explanation, however, is that the entire clip could be a hoax. The movement may have been staged intentionally, either through subtle manipulation, off camera, or simple editing. With security footage and a bit of planning, it wouldn't be difficult to create something that looks convincing at first glance. Still, whether it's cleverly set up or something far harder to explain, seeing toys shift across the floor in a quiet house is enough to leave anyone feeling uneasy. Over on TikTok, a woman named Anna Labwood frequently posts videos of herself playing beautiful songs on the organ. Her page is usually very normal and genuinely entertaining, with nothing remotely creepy about it. That is, except for one video. On January 26, 2026, Anna uploaded something very different from her usual content. In it, she's inside a cathedral in Norway at around 2:30 in the morning when something deeply unsettling begins to
Um,
happen.
why at 2:30 in the morning? And why are you there? I promise you, people just be going places just to go places.
Guys, I love you all. Please don't do this in the middle of the night. It's really scary.
Yeah, and that's when you're supposed to be leaving, by the way. That's when you're supposed to be leaving. Because there's no way something is happening in the house of God. Like this is supposed to be like a place of where God is, and like you're hearing that, leave. Okay, just making sure.
It's 2:30 in the morning and someone's trying to get in. That is. I know they can't get in, but it is still scary.
Okay. So someone's trying to get in. Then you say,
Throughout the video, someone can be heard loudly pounding on the cathedral doors, seemingly trying to get inside. The echo of the banging carries through the empty space as Anna remains completely still, clearly shaken, just waiting and hoping the noise will stop. According to Anna, she heard the pounding 4 separate times before it eventually stopped. Whoever was outside must have given up and left, but it still raises an uncomfortable question. Why were they trying so persistently to get in at that hour? Some viewers believe the situation feels almost ominous, as if something or someone was deliberately targeting the isolated cathedral in the middle of the night. Another theory is that it may have simply been a person who didn't realize the cathedral was closed, or someone attempting to get attention without understanding how frightening it would sound from inside. Either way, hearing repeated pounding on the doors of a vast, dark cathedral at 2:30 in the morning would rattle just about anyone. Even if there's a simple explanation, it's the setting, the isolation, the echoes, the hour that makes this moment linger long after the noise fades. On May 21st, 2019, a YouTube channel known
"Is that a
simply as
lizard man?
Enki uploaded a video
Is
showing
we
a
serious?" I mean, I shouldn't be saying anything about it, especially with the way that mine looks.
security guard encountering something that likely stayed with him long after his shift ended. The guard is walking through the Weymouth public house in the UK, carrying out a routine security check. Everything seems perfectly normal as he moves through the quiet halls. But when he makes his way down into the cellar, that's when things take a sudden turn.
Okay.
Hell.
So, why are you down there?
Jesus Christ. Hey! Okay, let's get out of here.
The guard pauses and slowly scans the room with his flashlight. For a few seconds, nothing happens. Then, without warning, a large wooden plank that had been leaning against the wall suddenly falls violently to the floor,
Nah.
seemingly all
No,
on its own.
he needs one of those
The sound
flashlights that like light up the entire night sky. Like I'm talking about like 10,000 lumens. I think it is. Like you need one of those flashlights. So like if a ghost comes at you, you either blind the ghost or you see the ghost. Or you do both. Like you have to use it like a flashbang, basically.
sound echoes through the cellar and the guard immediately reacts, clearly shaken. Not long after, he decides to leave the area. There don't appear to be any open windows nearby, and at least at first glance, there's no obvious sign of strings or visible trickery. To some viewers, it looks as though something unseen deliberately pushed the plank over, almost as if a spirit was trying to make its presence known. It's also possible that the plank simply wasn't stable to begin with. Old buildings settle over time, and subtle vibrations, whether from footsteps, shifting foundations, or even temperature changes, can cause loosely balanced objects to tip without much warning. Even so, the timing is what makes it so unsettling. The guard steps into the room, pauses, and then it falls. Whether it was simple physics catching up at the worst possible moment, or something unseen reacting to his presence, it's a moment that would rattle just about anyone working alone in a dark
Hey,
cellar.
my question is like, why do spirits have to make their presence known though? Like, what's the point in that? Like, you're already dead. You're long gone. So, like, why do you need people to know that you still exist? Like, there's no point in that. Like, imagine being dead for like 300 years for someone to like walk up on your like, well, land and just, and then you just start haunting them. Like, at this point, it has to be for the love of the game. 100% love for the game. Because why would you do this? You think like scaring someone is gonna make them want to help you? Like they're doing it for the like for the giggles.
Over on the UFOB subreddit, a video was shared which was originally posted in a local community Facebook group. According to the post, the footage was filmed at around 9:15 p.m. somewhere in New Zealand. The person recording was simply trying to capture a thunder and lightning storm in the distance. Instead, they may have filmed something far more unusual.
Okay, that laugh kind of got to me just a tad bit. Why did it start off laughing like that? Is that a UFO? What the?
Imaleto! Holy crap, come look at this!
They is going crazy.
Honest to God!
At least Mach
Holy!
3.
About halfway into the video, a bright white light appears on the left-hand side of the sky and begins moving steadily across the frame. Then, between the 41-second and 1-minute mark, the
Like
object
think,
appears to
think.
stop mid-air briefly.
Like this went from here to like over there in like 40 seconds. But like that's distant. That's pure distance. Like this guy might be probably I want to say 5-10 miles out. So from like here to here should be at least like 1-2 miles where I'm capping. Like that has to be at least Mach 2
Hovering in
ish.
place
Hopefully.
before continuing on. What stands out immediately is how intense the glow is. The object doesn't resemble a conventional aircraft. There are no visible blinking navigation lights, no red or green indicators, and no clear body shape, just a strong, solid white glow moving through the night sky. The sudden pause only adds to the mystery. To some viewers, the way it seems to suspend itself before moving again makes it feel less like a plane and more like something deliberately controlled, or something not operating under normal flight behavior at all. At the same time, it's possible that distance and zoom are distorting what's actually being seen. A drone, helicopter, or even a plane facing toward the camera could appear as a concentrated white light. Whether it's an unusual but explainable aircraft, or something far less ordinary, the combination of the intense glow and that brief mid-air pause is what keeps this clip firmly in the unexplained category. On June 28, 2017, a group of friends uploaded a video to YouTube showing themselves simply having a good time, goofing around, singing and hanging out together inside a house. For the first minute or so, everything feels lighthearted and completely normal, but then the mood shifts.
Mahu kau tak bubuk. Oh, mai pitu, mai pagi. Mai pitu, mai kita tengok, Pukul apa, Pukul apa,
As one of the guys stands directly in front of the camera continuing to sing, a sudden loud knocking sound echoes from somewhere in the distance. It's sharp enough to immediately startle everyone in the room. The singing stops, and the energy changes almost instantly. Curious and clearly a bit uneasy, the group decides to search the house to figure out where the noise came
I
from.
mean, house
For the
is a
next few
bit of a
minutes, they
stretch.
wander from
Very like kind of a stretch to call it a house.
room to room, checking corners and dark spaces, and then they find something.
Ya. Đậu gắn đâu? Đậu xin lạ đi à?
Do they just hold up?
Bodoh ah.
Is that peanut?
Đậu xin lạ đi à?
Or is that a body bag? And the reason I say peanut is because like SCP, the voice. If you know, you know.
Allah Akbar. Bodoh ah. Ya Allah. Babi.
Running on bare feet.
Standing in
Honestly,
the corner, partially concealed by shadows, appears to be a tall, pale figure. It looks almost like a human shape, wrapped tightly in white fabric, motionless and watching. The moment the group notices, they begin yelling and quickly retreat, clearly panicked.
running
before the video
straight
cuts
bare
off.
feet.
The uploader later claimed he believes the figure is a pokong, a ghost from Indonesian folklore, said to resemble a dead body wrapped in a burial shroud. Given the figure's appearance, the comparison certainly seems intentional. Those who believe say the resemblance is too close to ignore, especially the rigid posture and shroud-like outline. Of course, there's also the possibility this was staged. The figure could easily be someone
Let's think
standing
for
still in
a
a
second.
costume.
They're 3 grown men, grown adults. You telling me they couldn't jump it? Are you realistically telling me they couldn't jump it? Like stomp it out. Do something.
Strategically placed in a dark corner to heighten the shock factor. With careful lighting and timing, it wouldn't be difficult to create a convincing reveal. Either way, the combination of the unexplained knocking and this silent figure waiting in the shadows makes for a deeply unsettling moment. Whether folklore come to life or a well-planned scare, it's the kind of image that lingers long after the video ends. A man named Nick Semino posted a video to his TikTok account in September of 2019 showing what he claims is genuine paranormal activity taking place at his job late at night. Nick begins by explaining that he was just about to leave the store to head home when the lights suddenly started flickering. He mentions this wasn't the first time it had happened either.
They start
Already
playing
uneasy,
with your
he and a
electricity
female
for real.
co-worker
You know, I low-key be mad because how much electricity do you think that's costing?
realize her keys are in the back of the shop, meaning she can't leave without them. As they head toward the back to retrieve the keys, things escalate.
We need to go get my keys.
And the light turned on.
Of course. How did she forget her key though?
Okay.
Something took it.
Okay, well, I'm gonna literally record this whole thing just so you guys can see what happened. I'm literally so scared.
Where's your phone flash?
Okay, okay, something.
Like don't she got a phone on her to use flash?
The bathroom light's on too.
What's this like? Bro, why are my keys on the floor? They were not there. Like,
They must be working at Five Nights at Freddy's.
oh my god.
Wait, what is this?
This this is literally insane.
At around the 25-second mark, a piece of plastic suddenly falls to the floor on its own, startling both of them. Then, moments later, the woman enters her room and discovers her keys lying on the floor. She is visibly shocked, insisting she left them on the desk and not near the edge where they could have slipped off. The tension rises as they sit in the room watching the security cameras, trying to make sense of what's happening. Eventually, they decide to move around the store again, and that's when
So they
things get
couldn't just
even more
leave?
tense.
We're 50 minutes past our shift because of this shit.
We closed at 10, so we need to like. It's so dark because all the light switches are over here.
Stop it.
Where's
Stop
the flash? Where? No flashlight.
Okay, this is what I mean. This room is over.
God.
This is
Oh my god.
this is what we're dealing with.
Oh my god, yeah. What the Bro, Nick, did you do this on purpose?
I-
You fake this? No, I'm gonna beat the shit out of you, Nick.
Stop.
Uber
We're
Eats.
literally-
They have locations,
Are you?
or is this like?
Nah.
Oh. They work with Uber Eats. I was thinking
We
they had
literally looked
like
away
an
for, like,
actual
2
physical
seconds.
store.
In part 2, around the 20-second mark, something suddenly flies directly in front of Nick's face, as if it had been thrown. Just seconds later, multiple lamps inside the shop begin swinging
missed
back and
that
forth
part.
on their own. The sequence of events, objects falling, keys relocating, something being hurled, and the lamp swaying, leads some viewers to believe this could be a clear case of poltergeist-like activity with unseen forces manipulating the environment. At the same time, there is always the possibility that this was staged for social media. Regardless of the explanation, experiencing something like this firsthand in a quiet store after closing time would be deeply unsettling. Whether it was paranormal or carefully crafted setup, it's the kind of night shift that would make anyone think twice before turning off the lights and locking up alone. This next clip comes to us from the popular Alien subreddit and was posted by a user known as Mr. Dylan369. The footage was reportedly filmed somewhere in Scotland, although the exact location hasn't been confirmed.
Is that a
Throughout
fly?
the video, we see what appears to be
Hold
a
on,
massive
okay, I
object
can't believe this
hovering and
one.
moving slowly through.
You ever seen those? I forgot where you get them, but they're like burrito wraps. You cannot fool me with this one. Okay, got this a little bit blurred out, and then you have like a burrito wrap here. Is we serious? Are they trying? That's not a UAP. That is a flying burrito. Hey, but what do you think they got in it? Like, I'm going with beef and green salsa.
the sky, something that certainly resembles a UAP.
Bro. It's literally a flying burrito. I simply don't believe it. Nah.
The object drifts steadily overhead for roughly a full minute. It doesn't appear to behave like a typical plane, and its size, at least from the perspective of the video, makes it look unusually large. There are no obvious flashing navigation lights, and its shape seems somewhat indistinct, which only adds to the mystery. By the time the clip ends, viewers are left wondering whether they have just seen authentic proof of something not from this world. Many people in the comments expressed genuine amazement, with some saying it's difficult to remain skeptical after watching it.
skeptical? Is we serious?
Others are eager to find out the precise location in Scotland where it was filmed, hoping that more context might bring clarity. Of course, there's also the possibility that what we're seeing is a more conventional object viewed from an unusual angle. Without additional footage or confirmation of the location, it's hard to draw firm conclusions. For now, it remains another unexplained sighting in the sky, and like so many videos before it, it leaves us watching and wondering. A TikTok user known as United Warhouse claims the footage we're about to see was filmed around 4 years ago. According to him, the person who recorded it is a complete skeptic when it comes to anything paranormal. The homeowner had been hearing strange noises coming from his basement, but couldn't figure out what was causing them. At first, he assumed it was something ordinary, maybe a raccoon or some other animal moving around in the dark. Eventually, he decided to set up a video camera in the basement to capture whatever was making the sounds. At around the 55-second mark, a box suddenly falls to the floor. On its own, that might not seem too alarming, but it doesn't stop there.
It looked like there's a little tension going on. That box, look at that. You see that? How it's tilting? It just snapped into place like that. Watch, it gets worse. That box is shaped like a diamond now. It is on the corner of the box, holding itself.
Okay.
You tell me how a box moves like that. It's impossible to make a box move like that. That's bananas. Let's run it back one more time and watch the stuff on the table now, okay? Watch all this stuff on the table. How many items
That's
just
like
move
4.
at once? 1, 2, 3, like 4 items on the table moves at once. Do they all go in on itself? Bro, they all kind of went in on itself.
Not long after, another box tips over by itself. Then, between the 140 and 150 mark, multiple items
Everything
sitting on
but
the
the
table
bleach.
begin moving at the same time. They don't just slide slightly, they shift together in a way that feels coordinated. There's a brief pause, and then...
So when he came downstairs to touch the camera, now what you guys want to do is look at the table again. Did you see that? Everything flew off the table. It happened so fast, but you can see
Nah, bro.
You can see like this is obviously not there no more. It is not there no more.
all of the objects on the table are suddenly thrown down to the floor in one chaotic motion. The escalation is what makes this clip so unsettling. A single box falling could be written off. Even 2 might be coincidence. But when multiple objects begin moving simultaneously, and then everything is forcefully knocked down, it starts to resemble
that
classic
Gmod
reports of
gravity gun.
poltergeist activity. Skeptics, however, would argue that if this wasn't caused by an animal, it could have been staged. Whatever the explanation may be, one thing feels certain. If you were standing in that basement when all those objects came crashing down at once, raccoon or not,
Yeah,
probably
I'm
wouldn't be sticking
not gonna
around to
lie, I would be
investigate.
out of there. It's either like I would be. What makes it worse and what makes ghosts way worse is that the fact that you can't see them. Because I promise you, if I would be able to see them, I would be swinging on them. No doubt in my mind about that. 100% swinging. Like you don't even know where the ghost is. It could be across the room. And that's what makes it like actually scary. It's not the fact that the ghost itself is moving stuff. It's the thing. So like you can't see the ghost moving stuff.
Further. A TikTok user known as Danny Osnaya posted a video showing himself working an evening shift at his local gym. You'd think a place as normal and laid back as a gym would be completely safe
They
from
try and get their
anything
reps
creepy,
in.
but that may not be
They
the
try and get one set and 50 reps.
case here.
Porque esto pasa muy. ¿Viste?
Why this
O sea, mira,
gym
vamos a
got
pensar.
club lights though?
Son
Like,
10:35.
what's the point in
No
having a
debe
gym
haber
with
nadie.
club lights? Got more RGB than me. What?
¿Viste? O sea, mira, vamos a pensar.
And that screen's broken.
Son 10:35.
I know I should be like
Todavía no
getting
debe de
scared
haber
and stuff,
nadie.
but I can't.
No voy a poner ni pausa ni nada. Ajá. Tú lo escuchaste. Yo lo
Okay.
escuché. Tú lo. O sea, veamos. Esa fue una, ¿no?
At around the 15-second mark, a sound can be heard that resembles someone running up a staircase. It's quick and distinct, echoing through the otherwise quiet building. Then, about 15 seconds later, another unsettling noise rings out, this time metallic, seemingly coming from a nearby door. After hearing both sounds, the uploader cautiously makes his way further up the stairs to investigate, and that's when things get even stranger.
No estoy loco. No estoy loco. Está cerrado. Está cerrado. Digo, si lo fuerzo no quiero romperlo, pero.
You know, I'm gonna be honest here.
No, mames.
This couldn't be done with string.
Está cerrado. Digo, si lo
I want
fuerzo
to say
no quiero
this right here, because those stuff, I punched a few of them. Like, they are heavy and really hard to move. Like they would not be getting like any sort of like draft moving them at all. And to be swaying that much, nah,
No, mames.
because those things are like heavy.
He approaches a locked room and peers through the window. Inside, 3 punching pads can be seen moving back and forth, as if someone invisible is striking them. There's no
Those
one inside
hand-to-hand
the room,
combat.
at least no one visible, yet the pads sway with noticeable force. To some viewers, this feels like classic poltergeist activity. The running footsteps, the metallic door sound, and then the punching pads moving in an empty locked room all build towards something that seems deliberately unseen. At the same time, there are other possibilities to consider. Air circulation
Not that
systems in
strong.
large gyms
No,
can
no,
create
no,
strong
no.
draft.
Not that strong, buddy. Those things are heavy. Heavy.
Especially in enclosed rooms. Vibrations from nearby equipment or unevenly hung pads might also cause movement
Even
that looks
uneven,
more
they should
deliberate
stay
than
straight.
it actually is on camera. Whatever's happening, watching gym equipment swing in a locked room after hearing footsteps echo through the building is enough to make anyone uneasy. Whether it's something supernatural or something far more ordinary, this is one late night shift that likely won't be forgotten anytime soon.
Oh, we on too? Okay. We'll go. Been sitting here for a while.
A man named Daryl Saunders posted video to his Facebook account hoping someone online could help him figure out what exactly happened on this particular day. The footage comes from a home security camera. In the middle of the day, Daryl can be seen sitting at his computer, casually working, nothing out the ordinary. The room is quiet and everything appears completely normal. Then, suddenly, something startles him.
Oh, they got camo. Nah, that's the predator camo right there.
Daryl explains that he heard the flaps in the doorway move, which caused him to quickly turn his head toward the sound. And if you look carefully
Yeah,
at this
he's getting
moment,
hunted.
a faint,
It's already too
transparent
late. They got that cloaking technology.
The figure appears to move through the background. It's subtle, almost blending into the surroundings, but distinct enough to resemble a human-like shape passing by. When Daryl later reviewed the footage and noticed the figure, he says it genuinely shook him, and it's not hard to understand why. Seeing something translucent drift through your workspace in broad daylight isn't exactly comforting. Some viewers believe this could be a genuine apparition, a spirit passing through briefly, caught only because the camera happened to be recording at the right moment. Others suggest it may be a trick of lighting or compression from the security camera. Whatever the truth may be, it's the combination of the noise, Daryl's immediate reaction, and that faint shape in the background that makes this clip unsettling. It's the kind of thing that would make anyone glance over their shoulder the next time they hear something move behind them.
Okay, this better be some heat.
On TikTok, a user known as Perry64 posted a series of videos that are almost guaranteed to make you lose a bit of sleep tonight. What starts off as a normal security camera clip quickly turns into something far more disturbing. In the first clip, we see the home's front door
Honestly,
suddenly
I'm gonna
swing
say
open
this:
on its own.
their fault, 100% their fault. Why are you leaving your door open? What are we like? Okay, we can tell by like the outside. It's like around maybe at best, early, like a little bit early into the morning. Okay, and we're back. My sister was just doing sister things. Oh yeah, back to what I was saying. 100% their fault. Why would you leave the door open like that? Just for anyone to walk in. Like, anyone.
In the first clip, we see the home's front door suddenly swing open on its own, immediately triggering the house alarm. There's no sound in this particular angle, but the alarm can be heard clearly in the next part. The door doesn't appear to hesitate, it just opens. In part 2, we witness the same event from the perspective of the two girls inside the house at the time.
Are they grabbing a gun? And they just climb out the window. Hello? This all stemmed from them having their door open, by the way.
As the alarm blares, panic quickly sets in. Then around the 15-second mark, the bedroom door can be heard opening by itself. That's when the situation escalates. Convinced someone has broken in, the girls decide their only option is to escape, and they jump out of the window. In the chaos, the uploader forgets her phone and eventually makes the risky decision to go back inside to retrieve it. Then comes part 3.
Oh, okay. What?
Then comes part 3.
Why are you moving like that? Why? Bro, why are you moving like that? Goodness. There's no point in to be like, okay, no. You have your back like in just like you're like all the way back. Just no, no. Let me slow it down for y'all. Hold up. Because hey, honestly, it's going pretty fast though. I know I'm laughing at it and all. Let me move. Why is it running like that? Like it's like this back is like arched, and it's just I don't know how to explain it. It's just stupid. I thought this was supposed to be like scary. What happened, brother? Now it's playing hide and seek. Wait, did it run across again? Uh, yup. Same stupid movement, bro.
Inside the house, security footage captures something even more unsettling. At around the 38-second mark, and again at 1:20, a small, dark figure can be seen running quickly across the floor. It's low to the ground, shadow-like, and gone almost as
BS,
fast
bro.
as it appears.
Straight BS.
The girls later posted follow-up videos explaining what was going through their minds. One of them said she heard knocking coming from different parts of the walls while the alarms were going off. At that moment, they were convinced someone had broken into the house, which is why they reacted so quickly. They also insist the front door had definitely been shut. The house is brand new, they say, and the locks and latches aren't old or rusted. That's part of what makes it so unsettling to them. There shouldn't be any structural issues or obvious mechanical failures. Some viewers believe the dark figure resembles a classic shadow person, an entity often described as starting low across rooms and appearing only briefly on camera. At the same time, there's the possibility that the entire sequence was staged. Coordinating multiple camera angles, triggering alarms, and creating quick shadow movements could be done with planning and careful setup. Whatever the truth may be, the combination of a door opening on its own, alarms blaring, and a dark shape sprinting across the floor is enough to make anyone's heart race. If you were in their position, alone in a house when everything starts moving, chances are you'd be heading for the nearest
Yeah,
exit
maybe
too.
if I didn't leave my door open.
And that was 11 scary videos. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you
Okay.
did, then subscribe for
Well,
more scary content.
for my YouTube people, hello. And I'm gonna end it here. If you like the video, please remember to obviously like and subscribe. And hopefully I see you again. I stream on Twitch too. And well, thank you guys for watching.